When you're first walking into the school, it's mad because you just see how big it is and you just see how good it is, and it makes you feel good.
And you know you're coming to learn, but you don't feel like you're forced to learn, you feel like you want to learn.
Like you're choosing to.
At BDP, part of our approach is a very user-centred approach. We work very closely with our clients. Jack was hugely enthusiastic. He's a super head.
BDP had tough competition at the beginning, but it became very clear that they were responsive, that they were listening. I was the head of a former school in Lancashire at the time, and they came and camped out at my school and watched what I was trying to do with that school.
And we spent a 14-week period listening, challenging. He had to articulate his vision and we had to turn it into a built form.
They got the idea, the concepts of some of the stuff I was trying to break new ground with.
One of the main challenges on the site was to create a beacon, and the site was very set back from the local community, so we positioned the building with maximum exposure to the main route from the city to the airport.
We've also had to tackle quite a tricky site here, so there are a large number of drainage pipes running under the ground. And what we've done, we've worked between the structural engineers and the architects to come up with a rational grid that allows us to straddle those constraints without compromising the building.
As you access the site, you lead up to the ribbon that we've created. The ribbon draws you to the main Academy building, but it also unites a sports barn, which is to your left, and this beautiful community piazza. And the ribbon then ties into the main Academy building with a clearly defined entrance. Slipped under the ribbon was the key aspect, which was the Enterprise Centre. It can be used for community use, businesses can use it, and it has a different feel to the rest of the Academy.
You've got like the enterprise area, and that's really good for socialising because you've got a cafe there and it's got like the comfiest chairs ever in there. So
yeah, it is good.
The main concept behind the Academy building is a central heart space, a space that gives the pupils, staff, the community a sense of belonging. It's a beautiful space, it's naturally daylit, it's got wonderful airs, great views to the countryside.
We've come up with a structural solution that allows huge 31-metre trusses to span the space, creating this fantastic volume.
The other building was like corridors everywhere, and in here you can just say like I'm in that class or I'm in that class. You can see everywhere in here.
This building's a lot more homely, and like the other building was very, very cold.
Where I'm standing now, a 360-degree turn will more or less see most of the school itself.
We can all interact with each other and there's always different conversations going on. On these stairs, some people sit on these at lunchtime. That's good because there's always loads of different groups. Yeah.
You know where your friends are at all times because it is just so open and so spacious.
It's a multi-purpose space. In the morning you'll see breakfast clubs happening in there, lunchtime the main dining event. There's fashion shows, there's concerts, there's all sorts of things.
The new classrooms are a lot better.
It's more roomy, it's more spacious, and like there's loads of different types of classrooms that if like they want to teach in a certain way.
Jack always talked about the idea of a 21st century classroom. We've created what we call these nose cones, which are big spaces, collaborative spaces.
And because every classroom has got a glass front to them, you can actually walk around here very quickly and see children being engaged. The children who walk around all the time also see learning taking place all the time.
The teachers probably love this building.
Yeah, 10 times more than the last building.
And because we have no staff room, the staff learn along in the same spaces that the children do. It just sends the message that this place is about learning and achievement.
The architects have made a fantastic building. They've won an award for this building. There's one thing to like please a panel of judges and how good the building is, but to please thousands of students, that is really, really difficult to do.
And they've done it clever too because they know how to like...
diverse the school is, because some people are social, some people aren't.
Say if you have like learning difficulties or you have trouble focusing in a classroom with other people, there's areas that you can work, like we don't have corridors, everywhere's learning.
Everybody finds a home in Esler. It's not one big space, there's lots of intermediate spaces as well, and everyone has a sense of belonging, everyone is comfortable in a space.
When you give teachers creative scenarios like the outside spaces and the inside spaces, teachers become very creative, and when they become creative they design interesting learning experiences for the children.
The landscape is also a learning tool, so there's lots of natural habitat spaces that the pupils can learn from, and there are also allotment beds that the pupils can use skills around food growth, and they're also accessible to the local community as well, which is really great for community cohesion.
We're more focused on our GCSEs right now, but for the younger year groups, the beehives, the crops and stuff, they can learn about that in a more engaging way.
We optimise the building for daylight, which creates fantastic environments for the pupils. We also looked at the walls, and we've got super insulation in here, so we don't need vast amounts of heat.
The heating system in the school is very, very well done.
It's clever.
We've got ventilation earth tubes which sit out in the landscape, and they bring the air into the building in the summer and they pre-cool it, so we don't need any air conditioning. We've also got an innovative ground source heat pump system, and that extracts heat from the ground, and we use that to heat the building up, so we're never putting more air in and using more energy than we need to.
The building is pushing the edges really of what has ever been done before.
I love this school. I'm proud to be here.
Everything is so much better. You want to come and learn.
In here, you don't treat you like you're a child going to school. It's like when you're going into your lesson, it's always dead fun.
It is an absolute fairy tale that a head teacher gets to help to design their own school.
The building's self-policing, there's no antisocial behaviour, attainment's increased, and education standards have gone up. And knowing all those facts and being here and visiting the building, we know that as architects we've done our job as best as we can do.
This building and this landscape and the engineering technologies, all of it really coming together. And what it means for the pupils, it's what you do it for, and it's great to come back and be inspired to carry on.
Children are very proud of their academy. They will speak with pride about it. BDP have done a first-class job. They can be proud of it as well, and I think they are, because they've got a very satisfied customer on their hands here.